They say a light that burns twice as bright burns half as long. Never is that more true than with online stars who rise like a phoenix and then die like a phoenix, I guess. On this series, we'll look back at some of the biggest internet stars who have suddenly and dramatically disappeared from the limelight and ask, hey, what happened to them? It's like FPS Russia. Hey, what happened to FPS Russia? If you've been on YouTube for more than a minute, apologies Gen Alpha, then you've probably heard of FPS Russia, the firearm-toting, heavily accented Russian YouTuber.
Hello, my friend.
With 6.9 million subscribers and almost as many guns. His videos usually featured Dmitry, that was his name, trying out some kind of extremely large and dangerous military-style weapon in his seemingly endless Windows XP wallpaper of a home, with such featured attractions as miniguns, automatic shotguns, and even the occasional tank. But Benedict, you cry, that doesn't sound safe. Well, don't worry, friend. Dmitry loved action, but he always put his safety first.
That wasn't safe.
The FPS Russia channel quickly became huge, amassing millions upon millions of views and giving him the chance to collab with other big creators of the time, like Epic Mealtime. Remember Bacon? That was epic. Yet perhaps even more famous than his love of guns is his sudden disappearance, with the FPS Russia channel laying dormant for 5 years at the time of recording, and conspiracies aplenty flying around about why this heavily armed civilian suddenly disappeared off the face of the earth. The end. I'm just kidding, no, we've got more. To understand what happened to Dmitry, we need to pull back the curtain a bit to find out who he really was. His real name is actually Kyle. He's American, he filmed his videos on his dad's farm, and he was faking the accent and the character the whole time. Apparently he got the idea when he started imitating a Russian co-worker he had at the car dealership he worked at the time. Has anyone hated a person more than that Russian co-worker must have hated him during work when he was doing the accent, but also every time someone sent him one of those videos. Hey Vlad, look, he's Russian like you. All they want to do is sell car. Now, after finding fame, he initially took a break from YouTube for a year because the person who supplied all his guns was suddenly murdered. Kyle was allegedly suspected to be involved, but no evidence was ever found, and the killing remains a mystery to this day. I don't think I can overstate how insane that is. The guy who had this apparently incredible gun license that basically means you're allowed to have tanks, I guess? The guy who provided all his guns was murdered suddenly, and they've never solved it. That is way more interesting than Tiger King or whatever. But despite being cleared for the murder, Kyle remained on a government watch list, because surprisingly, having enough weapons to run a small private war is something government agencies are actually quite curious about. The ATF, which deals with alcohol, tobacco and firearms, ATF, eventually raided his home in 2013, with ATF spokesperson Richard Coase justifying it by saying they needed to search him because, quote, he was using explosives and getting paid for it via YouTube. I guess a crime in their eyes. But nothing came of it. But then again, in 2017, a couple of years later, those same authorities got a tip-off that he had been sent a package of drugs, and they raided his home again. And this time he was charged on the basis that basically, this is a little bit sneaky what they did. So he got charged with drug possession while owning a firearm, which is a federal offense. So basically, because they found drugs, they were able to confiscate loads of his guns and also up his charges because he had actually a very small amount of, I think it was just a little bit of weed, but because he had drugs with it, it then becomes a federal offense because they're like, you could be using these guns to make more drugs. You could be feeding these guns drugs to make super guns. I gotta kind of tip my hat to the ATF there. Very sneaky what they managed to pull off. Eventually, Kyle pled guilty to possession with intent to distribute marijuana and butane hash oil and had all his other charges dropped. He was sentenced to 2 years probation and then served 56 days in prison. How specific? The judge was like, I can't live on a planet where this man doesn't do at least 55 days in prison, but it would be a crime against humanity if this man did 57. There has to be a better way. Kyle went on to say on a podcast appearance, this was a podcast appearance after he got out of prison. It wasn't one of those classic prison podcasts we all love. He said that he had nearly been killed by the other inmates because the guards in the prison kept talking to him because they were fans of FPS Russia. But naturally, the other inmates thought maybe he was snitching because he was chatting to the guards all the time. And, you know, stitches famously, well, one of the things they get most often is probably stitches. It's one of the many reasons why I could never go to prison. I'd have all these prison guards walking up to me going, mate, I bloody love Dan Howe watch. Get out of here. The other inmates are getting shifty. So there we have it. You know, I think when people speculate about what happened to YouTubers, they're always like, well, the first thing they always say is they died. And then the second thing they always say is they got sent to prison. And he didn't die, but he did actually go to prison, which is quite surprising because 9 times out of 10, the story with these YouTubers is that they just stopped making videos and got a different job. But no, FPS Russia, quite the dramatic story, and I bet you're glad that you watched it right here on What Happened on YouTuber News. And if you want to see more videos like this, or if you just want to see YouTuber News, our regular show, make sure to subscribe by hitting this little button down here. And I'll see you... I don't have a catchphrase for this show. I'll see you stateside. Motherfucker.